Hey YouTube, it's me 4000 me. I'm back. I am doing a video on radical forgiveness, and it has been a conviction that has been put on my heart, and there's also a book about it. Radical Forgiveness by Colin Tipping, and it is the best thing that's happened to me this year, 2012. And I just wanted to tell you about it. It is clearing up a lot of air for me. I've gotten a lot of convictions about just forgiving people, because that is something I own about myself. I am not always I am not the most forgiving person. I will dwell on something. If you do something that I think wronged me, I will hold that in my head for months, days, months, sometimes years, and it just eats away at me, and I want to get rid of that. And this year I have found this book, Radical Forgiveness by Colin Tipping, and you get worksheets that you can download, and it has helped me immensely to let go of the energy of when I think someone has wronged me. Basically, the concept of this book is a different way to think about forgiveness, to show you that everyone who comes into your life is a teacher, and the situation that you need to forgive was something you needed to learn from. So with the worksheets, first you tell your story from a victim standpoint, and then you write your feelings about it on the worksheet, and then you retell the same story, but from, let's see, you reframe it. You reframe the story in a new, empowering position from what you learned and from what that person was trying to teach you. A good example for me is I've had ex-boyfriends that I still dwell on how they treated me and what they did to me. And with this book and this new line of thinking, I can see that each time I want to point the finger, I really should be looking at myself and see what I've learned and what they were trying to teach me. Because what this book is telling you is that you attract situations into your life that reflect how you think about yourself. So I'm going to just put it out there. I have some core negative beliefs about myself. Sometimes I don't feel that I'm loved, or I'm unlovable. And because sometimes I feel that about myself, I will attract unlovable men into my life and unlovable situations. And until I deal with feeling that way, I will keep attracting those. And so, like, case in point with the ex-boyfriend, he put his agenda out first. He was like, I like you, but I don't want to do what you want to do. Like, I don't want to go out. I just want to sit on this couch. Blah blah blah. I don't want to do any of that stuff you think is cool. I just want to do what I want to do. And if you knew anything about me, I like to go out. I like to try new restaurants. I like to travel. I think it would be cool to just have, like, take a weekend trip. I'm here in Chicago. A weekend trip could be Indy, it could be Milwaukee, whatever. Why I would stay with someone and keep them in my inner circle who said that to me, knowing that I like to do things? Well, that's because I feel unlovable. And it was something that I heard Nothing Is Impossible 77 say in one of her latest videos, that I kind of been trained to stick with people who say, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, blah blah blah, and to hell with what you think. Kind of grew up in that kind of atmosphere. So I've never really, like, hey, this is what I want. There's no negotiation with me. It's just like, oh, you can put your agenda out. And I don't really fight for my agenda. I'll just keep on sticking with you, hoping that you see my light. And people I attract, the guys I attract, never do. So when I reframed it on the worksheet, I stopped saying, oh, this person did this to me. He did that to me. He did that to me. He didn't respect me. It then became like a teachable moment. Well, I didn't respect myself. When he said that, it was showing me that I needed to stand up for myself. That he was saying these unlovable things because I didn't love myself enough to say, hey, that's not what I want. And since we both can't agree on what kind of relationship we want, I need to move on. But no, I stayed and was miserable because he held up his part of the bargain. We sat in the house all the time, and I resented him for it. When I should have just, it could have been something simple, like he put his agenda on the table. I said, that's not what I want, and then move on before, feelings, lovey-dovey happens. Now it's harder to break. So this has transformed me. The first 30 the first 30 pages of this book will keep you enthralled. The first chapter is called Jill's story, and it shows how we're all really connected. And until she realized what her pattern was with men, she was going through husbands. She was like on her second husband, and she noticed it was the same deal. She kept attracting the same type of man. So she sat down and figured herself out, because you can't keep getting divorced over and over and having to and then have another boyfriend, and it's the same type of situation. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm ready to take my life to a new level, and I'm tired of blocking my own blessings. And a lot of it has to do with unforgiveness. And so I have been doing a worksheet every other day, and I think if I forgive and let go and start concentrating on what I do want in life, maybe a year from now, maybe 6 months from now, I could tell you, look what happened because I let go of all of the pain of unforgiveness, and that's what I want to come back in and tell you, and that's great. So I just want to concentrate on what I do want, let go of the hurt and the pain, and it's okay. I hope this helps somebody. I'm tired of I've just made up my mind that I'm ready to let some stuff go so some other things can blossom. And I hope this helps you. Usually I try to come in weekly with empowerment of the week, but I think this is more than an empowerment card. So I hope this helps you. Bye, and I hope I didn't ramble too much. Thanks. Bye.